Hello and welcome back. We are still in day 26 of Mule 4 in-depth training. In earlier lecture, you understood how to publish your API specification to Exchange, and also we understood how to use the generated connector in our Anypoint Studio. So we understood how to do some Maven settings so that Anypoint Studio can download the connector which is generated in Exchange and add it as a dependency in Maven. We have seen that. Please go to the video if you have missed that video. And also, I have told you how to share your API in public portal. Now let us see some problems with the existing API, and I will introduce you to what are API fragments. Very interesting. Let us go ahead. See, in this API, whatever I designed, this is a main Raml, and we have data types, examples, resource types, traits, etc. Now coming to data types, I have a restaurant data type, restaurant request, menu request, etc. Actually, right now, we have developed system APIs. So the downmost layer, we used system APIs. We developed a system API, restaurant API, which interacts with database system. And our process APIs, the next level of APIs, the process APIs, may need to call this API. So don't you think while calling, this API needs to send restaurant data, or once it gets restaurant data, it needs to use it, etc., right? So don't you think that data types which are used in system API may be required inside process API also? Yes, the restaurant data type or the menu data type, they might be required for other APIs within our organization also. So do you think I need to create restaurant.raml, restaurant request.raml in another API also? Not a good idea, right? Duplicate. So we understood that something like data types or also traits, even pageable trait is very common. I might want to use this trait in multiple APIs. So we might need to use these data types or traits in multiple APIs. So why don't you publish them as a reusable fragments so that we can reuse those published fragments in multiple APIs? Yes. So in API specification, API fragments are something which contain reusable artifacts. Okay. So fragment is something which contains reusable artifacts like reusable data types, reusable examples, reusable traits, etc. So let us see how to create an API fragment. So coming to Anypoint platform, let me go back to Design Center. Here, there is API specification. This project type is API specification. I'm going to create a new API fragment. You can see the description, API fragment compose snippets that easily reused across multiple APIs. So I'm going to create a new fragment. You can give restaurant API, or I'll write Swiggy, the top level project, Swiggy data types. And what does this fragment contain? Right now, I want to create a fragment which contains data type definitions. Create a fragment. This will create a fragment. Okay. So let me create it. Yep. You can see that the fragment contains data type definition. You can actually create all your data types under this. These are where you can create a fragment from Design Center. But I want you to understand how to create a fragment in Anypoint Studio. It will be very easy to do so in Studio. I will show you. I'll create a file, new API specification project. And here, there are two tabs, new API specification, new API fragment. And you can select the fragment type as data type. And here, I'll give the project name. I can give Swiggy dash data types. I think I gave the same name here also, Swiggy dash data types. Let us see what will happen. Because see, I have logged into my Anypoint platform account here, ZeroToSiva 1. Let me try to finish it. It is saying the project name Swiggy data types already exists in Design Center. So even though we create in Anypoint Studio, it will automatically sync with Design Center. Okay. So what I can do is right now, I don't want this in Design Center. I'll go back to Design Center. I want to delete it from Design Center. Select it and delete it from here. Okay, let me create the same thing from here, from Anypoint Studio. Finish. So a new fragment project is created. Let us see. Now, here, what I will do is I'll copy data types and examples folders into here. Now, this project contains unstaged changes. I'll stage them and commit message. I'll give something. Commit and push. This will push everything here. Okay. So in data types, I have pushed everything. Now let us go to Design Center and refresh. Are these changes available in Design Center? Yes. If I click on it, yes, I should be able to see whatever changes I committed. Good. I can see them here, right? Under data types, all these data types examples are present. Fine. Now I want to publish this to Exchange. I'll click on publish. I can, of course, publish the same thing through Studio as well. I'm clicking on publish. The asset version, let it be the default one, publish. Here it is saying there are one or more files which are not referenced. Actually, just include those unreferenced files also while publishing. So the fragments I published to Exchange. Good. Now I will show you two things. Okay, I'll go back to my restaurants SAPI. How to use the data types published in Anypoint Exchange into your main specification. I will show you from here. Here, I don't want data types folder. I will delete it. Examples folder, I will delete it because I have the same thing from Fragment. So you can see that this is showing error because I deleted. Now I want to use these files from the Fragment. I want to reuse them. How? See here on the left side, there is a button for link for dependencies. There are 0 fragments which are added. I will click on this plus and select Swiggy data types. This is the one which I published, right? So add the dependency to this API specification. Good. Now I'll go to the files. Do you see the folder exchange modules? It got added right now. Under that, this is actually nothing but organization ID. Actually, this is a group ID of the project, or this is the organization ID. Let me show you the organization ID. How do I identify the organization ID? Let me show you. I'll go to access management. Business groups, ZeroToSiva. See, this is the business group ID or the organization ID of ZeroToSiva. Okay. So, do you see the same thing here? E15. Okay. Under that, Swiggy data types, 1.0.0 data types. Here, I will just select restaurant request. Wait. Oh, edit spec. I think it got, it was not editable right now. So once I click on edit, here you can see restaurant request. I will select this dot, copy the path. Then here in the main specification file, this was giving an error. Instead of using the relative path earlier, data type slash, I will paste the copied path. See, slash exchange modules slash this organization ID folder slash the relative path I have given. So save it. So the error will go off in some time. Yeah, see the error is gone. Similarly, what I will do is for other things also, I'll copy this path, change it here. Paste. That's it. In some time, these all errors should go. It will take some time. Yes. Now all the errors are gone. Now we know how to reuse the fragments. So we published a fragment which contains data types and we used it. Similarly, what I could have done is I could create a fragment for traits. I could create a fragment for resource types and reuse them. If you need to have these resources shared across multiple APIs, you can create fragments, publish them to Exchange, and add those fragments as dependencies. Use them in any API. That is how you can actually create fragments and reuse fragments across the APIs. Fine. Now, this is modified. I will publish the changes to Exchange. Now, let us see the asset version. Earlier, which was published was 1.0.0. Now, you can see what happens. First, it is validating the API. Let it validate. Yeah, you can see the asset version is 1.0.1. Earlier, 1.0.0 was published. Now it is next version. But API version, I can make it same. Okay. Let us see if it is allowing me to publish. Cannot publish with errors in root file. There are 5 functional errors. What is the error actually? Did I forget somewhere? What is the error? Oh, unresolved reference to // error message. Okay, somewhere I guess somewhere. Okay, in this resource type definition also, I guess here in somewhere else, yeah, here is a problem. So I will paste the same path. These errors also have to be fixed. Yeah, and I guess here as well in member. It will take a little bit time to actually for these errors to go away. The browser, we do some changes in browser, it is a bit slow, as you know. Yep, the errors are gone. You can see at the bottom there are no errors. Now I will try to publish. So I will publish the asset version as 1.0.1 and the API version, let it be 1.0. Publish. So that's about how to create fragments and how to use these fragments in your API specification. Done. So in Exchange, you should see the latest version 1.0.1 and the API version is v1.0. Fine. Okay, that's about the API specifications, API design. So we are done with day 26. I want you to go through the video and practice whatever I have shown you step by step. I want you to practice. So I will end this day 26. It is actually lesson duration as well. You can utilize this time for practicing. Day 27, we will see API management. See you tomorrow.